A week or so has gone by since the Premier League has started, and I have still yet to give you my over-the-top reviews when it comes to football shirts. So let's do that, shall we? Now, in the last kit review video, I was wearing something that not a lot of you really rated. Ill-cultured swine, I call you all. But you know what? Maybe you were right this time. Maybe you were wrong. You were definitely wrong. But either way, I will show you an even better shirt. They have cockfighting on this website, by the way. So we'll start with Arsenal's home shirt, and this is the worst one Adidas has produced. It's just the Adidas template. I like the touch of blue. I feel like that would have done better on, I don't know, another design as opposed to this. I know some people are gonna say, oh, well, Maxwell, you're just looking at a render of this shirt. Oh, Maxwell, you're just looking at, I don't know, a model wearing this shirt. I have seen this shirt in person. I don't like it. Arsenal's away shirt, however, completely different story. Mainly because there's actually inspiration for this one. As you can see, kind of unconventional colors for an Arsenal shirt, even if it is away. But the shirt, though, pays homage to African heritage and the African players who have donned the crest over the years. You can see that in the red and green, which is very much common in Pan-African art. And while I don't really know the meaning behind the white and black stripes on the sides there with the zigzag pattern, it is very striking, pops out as a contrast with the whole entire shirt here. And also, we're going to be trying to look at these shirts on the pitch, or, you know, at least in these kind of promotional videos, so we can get a better look at them as opposed to just a render. And this one recently debuted on the pitch just last week, and I gotta say, it looks even better. So, the third shirt. I'm still pretty conflicted about this, if I'm gonna be honest. I think I saw something about how this is inspired by the Northern Lights. I think that's pretty much just footy headlines trying to bullshit something there, though. I mean, it's not a bad shirt. I feel like I'd need to see it more in person. I feel like it'd look really good in, like, a night game or something. But I don't know, man. Aston Villa's home shirt next. They make their debut with Adidas after Castor gave them shirts that would just basically soak up all the sweat and just add about 50 pounds. So at least now they're wearing legitimate shirts that aren't made from probably this company somehow. But that said, it's very much just your standard claret and blue shirt, you know? There's not much you can do with these shirts besides make it more classy and adding a collar or something like that. Because when you try and go a little more, it just doesn't really work. But you also can fall into that trap of it just being too simple. In this case, it's just too simple. Next up, we have Villa's away shirt. And, I mean, you know how it is. And I'm just saying that sponsor on the sleeve definitely doesn't help this shirt. To give it one compliment, I do like that the collar, the kind of striped claret and blue collar, at least stands out here. I would have loved to see that, though, on the cuffs. It's not there, obviously, so that's unfortunate. Also, I gotta say one thing about this sponsor. A, betting company. B, it's kind of big, don't you think? Next, we got Bournemouth's home shirts, and I mean, I usually love the Bournemouth color scheme, and they added some gold in this design. Looks fantastic, honestly. Apparently, it's inspired by the 2014-15 shirt, which was when they promoted from the Championship to the Premier League for the first time ever. But yeah, you know, with stripes, you're kind of limited, but Bournemouth have really made a classy looking shirt. The golden outlines on the two red stripes is just magnificent. The one thing that I'm not a big fan of, at least it's the same color, but again, it's the sponsor. Also, the sponsor literally says BJ88. Like, come on, could you just not pick like another betting company from fucking Cyprus or something? Yeah, so we go from very classy to if a corporation recreated the vaporwave aesthetic. Okay, but maybe there's inspiration. Oh, it's inspired by the 90s. Well, I wasn't too far off there. I am kind of hating too much though, because looking at this more, especially the players wearing it, I kind of dig it. The one thing that annoys the hell out of me, though, is the golden BJ88 sponsor. Listen, I'm only going to be doing my cockfighting on www.tbkdig88.com. Play wins, trusted. America. Bournemouth's third shirts. Not bad, honestly. I do really like the design here. Apparently, it's inspired by the natural textures and elements that can be discovered by exploring Bournemouth and its iconic coastline. Thank you so much for that, footy headlines. I really like that aquatic blue being used here. The motif on the base, lovely. Brentford's home, they basically just recycling from last year. It's not a bad shirt or anything. I think I just prefer other Brentford shirts over this one. At least with Brentford's away, it's completely different. It's pink. Now, if we were grading the whole kit itself from the shirt and the shorts, to be honest, I'd give this a pretty good grade because I think the purple shorts really help that pink shirt stand out. But we're only talking about the shirt here. And I still quite like it, you know? It's a very vibrant pink. I really like the touches of the stripes on the cuffs there. Maybe there could have been something done on the top with the shoulders, but you know what? It's not bad. Brentford's third shirt, at least this time it's not a zoomed in image of a bee's wings. And according to Footy Headlines, that pattern on the sleeves is basically inspired by the architecture of Brentford Stadium. For me, I dig the color scheme, not really entirely sure about the pattern on the sleeves, but, you know, it's not terrible. Brighton's home shirt seems to be going for the more classic stripe design here. I do like what they did within the stripes themselves. As you can see, there's kind of that fading line in the middle of each stripe. That's a pretty cool touch. As I've said, this is kind of like a very classy look, and I think Brighton have nailed that pretty well here. Brighton away shirt, on the other hand, I don't know about this one. I remember seeing this on opening day and thinking that actually Everton were donning this shirt. Okay, the Chelsea home shirt. The design here basically is a blue flame, which if you didn't know is like the hottest type of flame, I'm pretty sure. And the flame, according to the club, represents the burning passion to unite the entire club behind a shared ambition to succeed on and off the pitch, which I can't lie. With about 99 different players, that's going to be very difficult for them this season. I will say that metallic effect on the Nike logo and the Chelsea badge actually works this time. Last time around, it just kind of felt really unnecessary, and this time it actually feels like it comes together with this very interesting modern flame design that you have on the base of the shirt. That said though, the designs on the promotional images that you've seen of the Chelsea badge do this club so much PR, because when you see this shit on the pitch, I'm sorry, it does not look good. Chelsea's away shirt, I had to go more in depth with this one, not just looking at the render, not just looking at the promotional stuff. I needed to see this on the pitch. And once again, it's a bit of a letdown. I feel like there's potential with this one. They call this like orange a guava, and if we saw more of that guava color, I feel like I'd give it a better grade. Chelsea's third shirt, however, while we don't get to see it on the pitch, I can kind of just assume that it'll look pretty good, is inspired by basically the punk rock scene in London back in the day. I mean, for me, I feel like a lot of people love that black base and like a neon color that really stands out. The designs on the base as well look really solid, gives you that, you know, punk feel. The one thing that kind of pisses me off though, why does the Nike logo look like that? Crystal Palace's home shirt. The only thing that can really sum this shirt up for me is this clip.
Very, very nice.
I think it's kind of hideous. Is it velvet?
Too jazzy?
Yeah, too jazzy.
Oh, and also, there's Net 88 on the shirts. My favorite Vietnamese betting company. There's some things that I've heard about this company, which I can't say, otherwise they'll probably knock down my door and kill me in the middle of the night. Oh no, oh Jesus Christ. What is that? What is das? I'm not even gonna bother looking at this on the pitch. This is god awful. You know, I too remember the days when I was a mock-up shirt artist when I was like 14 years old, and all I would do is just enlarge in some part of the badge and turn the transparency to 40%. Okay, what about the third shirt? Maybe the third shirt looks good. No. Everton. I don't know. Sometimes Everton hits, sometimes they miss. A lot of their misses I really don't like. Again, this is one of them. Yeah, so if you remember the design from the Arsenal 2022-23 away shirt, this might, you know, remind you of that. I am hating a little too much here though. It's decent. Fulham's home shirt next, and this might be the first time in a bit that I don't hate on the Adidas template. You know me, I love a good collar. Fulham has just that for their home shirts, and also, I actually quite like the red stripe coming up from the shirt. I've been trying to prevent myself from saying this word, but now that the floodgates have opened, we're all doomed. This is a really clean shirt. Fulham away, okay. Interesting. I kind of forgot they had this as their away shirt. So if I had to make a guess, this shirt seems to be inspired by older designs from the 90s of when Fulham used both black and red in their away shirts. And to be honest, I think it's just a good modern take on a retro design. Oh god, what is this? Oh no. This looks like it's just basically a template Actually, yes it is, because Olympiacos have used the same exact design from last year. Yeah, recycled kit, you know how the deal is. Throw the letter up. Next we have Ipswich Town, and this shirt kind of looks like it belongs in the championship still. Either way though, I still think it's a relatively clean shirt. I do like the dark blue trim kind of complementing that lighter blue base. And you can't really go wrong with pinstripes on a shirt like this, at least it just adds a little more texture. Oh, and also, fun fact, this shirt is sponsored by Ed Sheeran, every retail worker's favorite singer. The away shirt though, I like a whole lot more. Still keeping this dark blue trim, but now you have this really elegant maroon base. And just to give it a little more of that elegance, you have this gold lettering with the sponsor, the badge, and also the manufacturer. I also really like the design on the base of the shirt and the way they approach the inspiration. It's basically depicting fans at the stadium, and you can kind of see that in the way that there's all these different types of what I would assume are like supporters flags. Me personally, I think that's a really interesting way of doing that kind of concept. Because we've seen in the past, kits will do this thing where they'll have like just the stadium filled with fans or something along the lines of that. But this kind of just gives it more of an abstract look, and I think they've really nailed that. Oh god, okay. It's basically inspired by the numerous colleges where the club plays that are just this kind of particular shade of pink. But yeah, inspiration aside, this looks like complete ass.
I forgot to look at Leicester's shirts, but I'll be honest, we're not missing out on much. You got the home shirt, it's plain blue, the sponsor looks terrible. There's the away, complete trash. I'm not really sure what the hell they were thinking for the third shirt. It looks like someone put a shirt into the washing machine, accidentally added bleach to the mix, and that's the final result. Or it also looks like the very beginning of those like weird ass transitions you see like AI video essay artists do. Anyways, it's also trash.
Liverpool. Home shirt for Liverpool, inspired by the 1982 to 1985 home shirt. And that was also during a period where I believe they won a Champions League. I like the way they approached this modern take. It's got the pinstripes from that old shirt, and it's been rearranged to apparently form the initials "You'll Never Walk Alone." Now, I don't know if they're just bullshitting or I'm just blind, but I don't know if I can really see the "You'll Never Walk Alone" in this. I know some people don't really like the collar, it looks a little awkward, I kind of agree, but I still think it works, and it's mainly just because of the colors they used. I love when Liverpool shirts present a yellow as like that third color in their home shirts, and this one is done really well. So Liverpool's away shirt, a bit of a downgrade, actually quite the downgrade. It looks like just, I don't know, a very generic away shirt. Liverpool just released their third shirt today. Thank you so much, Liverpool, for a white shirt. Man City's home shirt reminds me of a worse version of the 2014-15 shirt, where it was just like the thick dark blue sleeves and collar. I do like the telephone code being added to the cuffs and the collar, but this is still pretty disappointing. I have already seen this shirt many times, and I'm telling you, this is probably one of my favorite shirts in the Premier League this season. It is the Manchester City away shirt of 24-25. It is magnificent. So because no one actually acknowledges the history of this club whatsoever past like 2012, this actually pays homage to a retro design back in 1999. And I also am a really big fan of that shirt. Now, I thought it was, you know, common opinion to think that this shirt was actually like good. I didn't think it was anything special until I posted a tweet, and everyone disagreed with me. But listen, we've been over this before. You are all ill-cultured swine. I am the only one that knows football shirt. I'm the only one that knows cloth, okay? This is an A+. Man City's third shirt, basically like the home shirt, kind of disappointing, honestly. I feel like there was quite a bit of potential with this shirt. This is basically throwing it back to a very recent design, I think like 2013 or something, when they wore maroon. And I don't know, I feel like they could have done way more with this. Manchester United's home shirt. Okay, before I make any opinion whatsoever, let me look at this closely on the pitch. No, I still don't like it. I have heard from a certain acquaintance that the away shirt is actually quite nice. Or maybe it's the third shirt. I think it's the third shirt. We'll get to that in a second. I do have a story about the away shirt, though. When I was watching the opening match between Fulham and Manchester United at a bar, I was talking to this one guy who had a problem with the blue Manchester United away shirt. And this kind of just brought up like a bit of an annoyance for me. Because I remember when Bayern Munich released these absolute beauties, and they've had shirts like that in the past, and then all of a sudden, oh wait, no guys, we can't have blue on our shirts. We must protest this, even though it is a completely different shade of blue. Going back to the Manchester United away shirt, someone was talking about how, oh, we shouldn't be wearing blue. Motherfucker, it's a different shade of blue. I could understand if it's Manchester City blue, then I get it. But it is a completely different fucking blue. Back to the shirt at hand. I quite like this a lot, and the pattern on the shirt itself is pretty damn clever, because I didn't even see this. It looks like a bunch of stars, but if you look a little closely, it's actually a bunch of M's that are forming these stars. I also like the whole indigo silver color scheme we have here. That's pretty sick. You can also see on the collars that there's a bit of like a river design, which I believe represents the river where Old Trafford is like by. For me, yeah, this is a banger. All right, now to the actual shirt that I was talking about that a certain acquaintance told me is actually really cool, is the Manchester United third shirt. Y'all are gonna hate me for this one, but I also don't really rate this either. Perhaps I'm a contrarian. I don't know. But I just don't really see the hype in this. Newcastle have joined Adidas for the first time, and this is very much your standard Adidas striped shirt. There's really not much else I can say here. It's nice, it's clean, there's nothing really wrong with it, but there's nothing I would say that really like pops out at me. Newcastle's away shirt is inspired by a design from 1995-96. I have pretty much the same opinion about this one as the home shirt. It's fine. Now, Newcastle's third shirt. This is a banger. I love that they've brought back that green from the 90s. You also have an old Newcastle badge. That's actually so sick. And together, I feel like it's formed a really interesting fusion of both new and old with this Newcastle jersey. I love it. I think this is where it goes downhill because now we have Nottingham Forest. Jesus H. Christ. Maybe the away shirt looks better? Perhaps? Maybe the third shirt is better though, if they have a third shirt. But I do remember the last time I saw a third shirt from them, and it was god-awful. Jesus. Okay, alright. This is a Premier League club, by the way. That's crazy. That's just crazy to me. Southampton, and dear Lord, get that sponsor off the shirt now, please. Wow, that looks hideous. To be honest, they look more like Sunderland than they do Southampton on the pitch. Hey-ya. You know, I take good football shirts for granted sometimes. Hubba bubba, what the f*** is this? Tottenham next, and, you know, while they did basically do the different colored sleeves thing that we usually do, it looks kind of good, I'll be honest. The one thing that I wish just wasn't the case was the giant red AIA, because if that was like a dark blue or something, I mean, yeah, this shirt would be great. It would be up there. Either way, it's still a really solid shirt. I feel like Tottenham is actually learning how to make home shirts again. What is Tottenham's away shirt? I don't think I've ever seen their away shirts. Oh my lord, what is this? Okay, you know what? Actually, the renders were doing this absolutely no justice whatsoever, because these pictures of models and players in the actual shirt, it actually looks alright. Tottenham's third shirt. I've seen this before. I like to call it the COVID-19 shirt. This shirt is just kind of all over the place. I don't really know what to say about this one. So the green is supposed to honor the Seven Sisters trees that stand in the southern part of Tottenham's district. I do also like the shield that they added on the shirts. West Ham bringing back a throwback shirt design as well. This one is all the way back from the 1960s when they won the Cup Winners' Cup. At least this time, their home shirt doesn't have a bunch of tacky bubbles. Also, whenever West Ham go for that retro approach, it never fails. Next, we have West Ham's away shirt. Once again, just like how they go with the retro approach on their home shirts, they've been frequently going for a blackout approach for their away shirts. This particular blackout shirt, though, features a subtle print of the St. Mary Le Bow Church, which is basically a nod to the cultural heritage of that side of East London. It's another solid blackout shirt, but I wouldn't say it's the best one. I've already seen West Ham's third shirt, and I really dig it. This is a magnificently classy looking shirt. The little bits of gold, the subtle hammer pattern on the front of the shirt. It also debuted on the pitch recently, and it just bleeds class. Next we have Wolves. They have changed their manufacturer, and the shirt is not great. Very much a downgrade from last season, which I thought was a pretty clean Wolves shirt, and I usually don't rate Wolves shirts. This is very much like anyone could make a shirt like this. I could do this. Pay me to make that. A lot of potential with this one. The wolf in the linear illustration style. Mwah, beautiful. But once more, shitty betting companies that don't pay taxes in Cyprus, the Cayman Islands, or wherever the ruin such a nice looking shirt. Thank you so much. When does this ban come in? Because I am getting really sick of this shit. You know, just looking back at the shirts I've just graded, not bad, you know? It's not the worst core that I've graded so far. Would I say it's the best? No, because the 2023 Women's World Cup will basically be undefeated for the rest of time. But yeah, what do you guys think of the kit's grade? I know a lot of people in the comments are going to be absolutely crucifying me. I know, okay? But anyways, a massive shout out to all our members, including Janos Barash, Brazilian Fury, Respect the Jeff, Uthman JN, Habakkuk, Anazir Makalankam, Alex Rada, Ulta, Miguel Munoz, Return Fire, Rory Burns, Slidekit, Sniffers, Takuoka Fan, The Cypriot 35, Not Windows 95 Man, Kentra Agatra, Big Boris the Baby Eater II, Kerbo, Unkwell, St. Terrence, Sylvia Citrus, Ryan Jans, Wise Orange, Rashford Enthusiast, Cocosaurus Rex, Le James Braun, Samu, Just MRC, Cheesebait, Cooper Rory, The Somali Pirate, Claymore Roomba, Winder Gel, M4 Does Stuff, Finn Likes Rugby More, Davox, The Portergeyser, TPSK25, Polar Protos, Van Fan, Lucian Von Croix, Ethan Bennett Loves Kavicha, Gazegos Breshkiewicz, Mano Tengo Fei, Adrian, A Ghostly Owl, Coney Wolves, Mud Tenai, Chris Visconsi, Dominic Griffin, Kyler Krebs, Mohammed Altanib, Niche, Patrick Barley, Rashford God 5, Raspberry L, subscribe to Tendatem, and Unbroken Persona. If you'd like to become a member, there'll be a link down below to join or up in the annotations. You can follow my Twitter if you want, follow my Instagram if you like. Going to be doing some streams on Twitch, I promise you. I just keep getting sick, or I had like a trip recently, so yeah. But I should be able to stream next week. Should. But until then, I'll see you guys.